Everyone knows about this whole concept of working in the business versus working on the business, and it's something people talk about, but it's actually really difficult to achieve. And the reason for that is because the day-to-day demands, that squeaky wheel always gets the attention. When I work with my clients, it's about putting structure in place to start creating space for thinking. So the way that I like to do it is I kind of say, right, your starting point should be 20% of your week should be non-day-to-day activity. It should be planning, thinking, developing team members. That's where in the initial stages we want to be. If you want like zero time on the business, that's your first goal. And the way that you can get to that point is by identifying all of the things that you are doing that frankly other people are being paid to do, or you should be paying other people to do. All of the £20 an hour tasks. Most business owners have at least a day, day and a half of stuff that other people should be doing. In the initial stages, it's about identifying what those things are, writing them down, and just coming up with a plan to delegate them to other people, or taking the leap of faith to hire somebody to delegate that stuff out to. If you are happy with where your business is at and you don't want it to grow and you don't want to bring in additional people and there's no need to develop additional people and there's no need to do any planning because you're happy with where you're at on the business is not something you need to worry about too much. But if you know that you want more, if you know you want a business that can work without you or be less dependent on you, if you want to have holidays, if you want to have a life, you can't do that by having your head buried in the sand all the time. You can't do that if you are on the tools. You have to do that through people. And the only way of being able to do that through people is by having the bandwidth to plan that properly, take those steps and to delegate stuff that you shouldn't be doing. And from there, 1 day a week of on the business time can turn into 2 days a week, can turn into 3 days a week. One of the biggest things a business owner can do is really, really simple. Just work from home 1 day a week. Make sure you've got a really decent office at home and 1 day a week work from home. Working from home can work really well for some businesses if they are mindful about the kind of activity they should be done when you work from home. Thinking tasks, deep work, analysis, planning, all of that kind of stuff is really well suited to being in an environment where you don't have any interruptions. That's my approach to working with clients and creating that bandwidth to work on the business.